All right, well, hello Slayer, and hello anyone else who may be watching this video. Welcome to my private react for Slayer for August 2024. And let me tell you, things are going to be a lot different this time around because I have an entirely new setup. Just take a look. We are full screen HD video on real YouTube today, which is awesome. It means the video quality for these reacts is going to be much better. Here I am in full 1080p HD with my brand new backdrop, my brand new lighting setup that I set up for today. And we're going to give it a whirl. We're going to see how this turns out. Hopefully, it turns out well and ends up being entertaining and higher quality than anything I've done before. I guess we'll see. This will be our test video, really, for a live react doing it this way. But it has gone smoothly in the last week. People really liked it. So let's see how it goes. So, Slayer, this month you have selected for me to watch a very long, hour-and-a-half chunk of your national celebration. For what I'm to understand, this is essentially the equivalent in Singapore of the July 4th Independence Day celebration that happens here in the United States. So, going to have similar patriotic things going on. If I remember, I did watch a big excerpt of this last year, but this is this year's version with all kinds of different stuff going on. And we're going to actually start this video at the 41-minute mark and go all the way to the 48-minute, 40-second mark. So how cool is this? Because I have a real PC to do this on now. I can actually just go right to the 41-minute mark. This is where we're going to begin. And go from there. Full HD, correct? Yeah, 1080p, cool. And this should be neat. So let's do it. Let's get it started. I hope you enjoy. Slayer, again, I hope you enjoy. Definitely give me feedback on what you thought about the improvements to my setup and if it benefited the video or not, okay? All right, so here we go.
In for one heck of a show, so guys,
by the way,
get it started.
Yes,
no neck phones anymore. So I can actually just listen to it through my TV speaker, so I'm going to be able to hear much better than ever before.
Guys, we usually like to kick things off here with something super iconic. And the good news is we're starting with the Red Lions.
Volume.
All right, it is still happening.
Up in the volume right now.
We are so proud of them.
All right, so what you're not seeing at the Padang is the C-130s right above us.
This is when they come in. It's the paratroopers, right?
The cue that the Red Lions are out, and they will make their descent and land right here at the Padang for everyone.
Anytime now, anytime.
So if I remember, last year one of them fell and got seriously hurt, right?
And as you've heard, they've made their jump. We have 8 Red Lions making the leap today from an RSAF C-130 aircraft from a height of 5,000 feet. Now that's equivalent to the height of a 500-story building. Cool. Just imagine that. And it's not just the height that's staggering. They're also reaching speeds of up to 180 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
And the target, the Padang, merely the size of a matchbox from way up there. An incredibly challenging feat of courage, stamina, and precision. And the Red Lions have to battle challenging and unpredictable crosswinds, and not to mention today's rainy weather as well, to land safely.
Last year when they did this too, there was crazy weather, right?
They trained hard for this, and the crowd is in for a real treat.
Why do they keep doing this when there's like inclement weather?
From way up there, absolutely breathtaking.
Just wait till it's not so bad. Wait till it's not a death-defying drop. It's just a public show of, you know, patriotism.
And you can see the audience, 27,000 strong, craning their necks, looking up into the sky, trying to spot the Red Lions as they make their descent.
That guy's wearing a New York Yankees hat?
Now, making their first NDP appearance in 1989, the Red Lions were then known as the Singapore Armed Forces Parachute Team, and it had its name changed to the Red Lions in 1996. They're made up of commandos, naval divers, and members from the Special Operations Task Force.
Closed caption.
Now, to jump into challenging drop zones like the Padang, they must have completed a minimum of 500 jumps. And what the Red Lions are able to accomplish today takes a lot of hard work and somewhere between 5 to 10 years of intensive training to get to the level of proficiency that you are witnessing right now.
And then still they can get hurt because last year someone got seriously hurt.
Let's take a closer look at what the Red Lions are wearing. Now, the Red Lions outfits, they're not simply a costume that's bearing the red and white of our national flag.
No, it's a designer outfit. They walk the catwalk
to the jumpsuits, and even to their boots. It's all designed to reduce drag and to ensure a smoother free fall. And the spectators of the Padang just catching sight of the Red Lions as they make their descent. They've got their eyes up, their phones are out, and they're waiting to catch a glimpse of the Red Lions.
Finally see them.
Now remember, it's not just the free fall that's challenging, but also the landing techniques that they have to master.
We saw what happened
last
year. That
toughest
person
parts of
slipped and
completing
then,
the jump is this technique called flaring, and you get to see it later on. That's the approach as they pull both steering handles down and glide just above the ground before landing. And even the most experienced jumpers say it's very challenging, as they'll need to calibrate and determine how high and how fast to begin the process in constantly changing conditions. You can hear the 27,000 strong crowd. They're clearly very, very excited. They're anticipating the arrival of the Red Lions, and this has always been one of the highlights of the National Day Parade.
NDP, National Day Parade.
And as the crowd marvels at the courage and skill of the Red Lions, picture this. They're jumping off the plane from a height of nearly 500 HDB flats at 120 miles per hour. A truly incredible feat, and it definitely takes a lot of courage, grit, and resilience. What a view must be from up there as well. They're making their approach, taking aim for a landing right in the heart of the city. And a cheering and excited crowd is ready to welcome them home in a sea of red and white.
Red and white,
Look at
I'm
all those
assuming, are the national colors of Singapore.
Gazing up into the sky, the audience waving their flags and cheering on the fearless Red Lions, getting ready now to welcome our first Red Lion home.
This year, seriously, after seeing how nasty it was when that person crashed and burned last year, I really hope no one gets hurt this year. It looks so painful.
He's got a whopping 2,100 jumps under his belt.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. That was perfect.
Landing. The crowd waving their flags, cheering his return.
He was over 2,000
Coming
jumps,
close,
they said.
First Warrant Officer Chu Eng-seng makes his approach now with 900 jumps.
Whoa,
he makes
whoa,
a safe landing as well.
What
The
happened?
audience giving a warm
They didn't show it.
home.
Oh, no, did he crash?
And hot on his heels, First Warrant Officer
I wonder
Galvin
if he
Chan.
crashed.
He's all ready to score this smooth landing. And here he comes. A strong finish to loud applause from the spectators in the crowd.
They're not showing them. Oh,
now,
no,
next
it's
up,
so
First Warrant
wet.
Officer
Are they
Po
falling?
Jin-seong, he's logged 1,070 jumps for this moment.
1,070 jumps.
And it's touchdown as
Oh, that
well.
was
4
perfect.
down,
That was
4 more to go.
absolutely
And coming in
perfect.
quick, we have Lieutenant Colonel Neo Chun-chie. He is the team leader.
Maybe after
of the
last
Red
year they
Lions
learned their
this
lesson.
year.
They're going to cut away if
With
someone gets hurt. Because
688
last year they
jumps
showed
under
the
his
whole
belt,
thing.
the
Like,
audience
oh,
craning their necks
no.
as he makes his approach.
No, that's too fast. That's too fast. Careful, careful.
And he lands safely.
Never mind. That was
Welcome
absolutely
home,
perfect.
sir.
Nice.
Now, you don't want to miss this next arrival. She's Singapore's first ever female Red Lion.
A
who made
female
debut
Red
in
Lion? Oh,
NDP
please don't break your
2014.
legs. Please
Second
don't.
Warrant Officer Shirley
Please do
is
it
making her
nicely.
approach.
Oh, right on the butt.
And landing with 888 jumps under her belt. Now, Second Warrant Officer Sandy Wong is coming in close now with
Right on her butt.
607 jumps.
Oh, no.
He's ready to score. This smooth
Right on his butt, too.
touchdown. And
The butt is
last
fine,
but
of
not
course,
least,
you know.
definitely welcoming our final Red Lion home, cameraman First
Look,
Warrant
they're
Officer
skiing. Oh, they
Eugene
fell. They
Cho.
fell on their
He's
butt.
the eye in
They
the
cut
sky,
away.
the man behind all the exciting aerial shots you're
Why
seeing.
didn't they show it?
He's clocked an impressive 1,300 jumps, and the crowd is
If
absolutely
anything,
thrilled.
like,
welcoming
I mean, let's be honest
all
here.
our Red Lions home.
If anything,
what a spectacular end
to
to the
show
free
them
parade
fall,
segment.
it shows how
Always one of the
dangerous that
biggest
is. That it's all
highlights
wet.
of
You know how
each
wet
year's
it is out there.
NDP.
It was pouring rain,
What an
right?
amazing performance by our Red Lions, especially given the weather as well. They're all
Exactly,
making their
given the
way to
weather.
the front of the Padang now. And the
Hopefully they're all
spectators
okay.
enjoying
Hopefully no one got hurt
every
last year.
minute
That
of the
person got wrecked.
exhilarating
I mean,
performance.
oh my goodness. I
You can
guarantee
see
that's
them
why they
now
cut away this
cheering,
year.
waving
Because
their
last year was so
flags,
brutal to
and
see them
showing their
crash like that.
respect
Like,
and
oh my
appreciation
God.
for all the hard work and the courage
Okay.
that it took for the Red Lions to make this leap today.
So we got like less than a minute. Player wants me to watch
What a
this till
memorable
48:40
experience
when we
and
jump
an
ahead.
incredible feat accomplished by the Red Lions this evening.
Okay. Everyone
A
seems
moment
all
of
right.
celebration
Everyone
for
got
them
up.
as well.
That's
The
good.
audience absolutely delighted by the visual spectacle of their performance today. You can see them smiling now from ear to ear, completely enjoying that performance.
All right. Nice. They all
And
made
a
it.
confident
Thank God.
wave from the Red Lions as they soak
After last
in
year, I was
all that
seriously nervous
energy
someone was going
and
to break some limbs. Man, I
appreciation
don't want to
from
see
the
that.
crowd.
It's too good.
And presenting the Red Lions,
I thought
taking
they said
a
she was the
final
first female.
salute
There's
after
two women
making
right
a
there. What are you
safe
talking about?
landing home.
Oh, wait, because
the
maybe she
crowd
was
is
the very
erupting
first.
in cheers
But now
and
there are
applause,
more.
waving
Oh, I
their
get it.
flags,
I
thanking the
get it.
Red Lions for yet another exciting
Okay.
and memorable performance.
Very nice. So now we skip ahead to 52 minutes, and we're going to watch all the way from 52 minutes to the 2-hour mark. So we don't skip at all. We're gonna watch straight through, so let's go. Okay, 50. They're just blabbing. Let's skip past that till when the actual action. Here we go. When the action starts. Yeah.
Kickstart the next
I'm
segment
assuming these are all
of
like
the show.
celebrities in Singapore, but I don't know who the hell these people
1,
are.
2, 3, Majula!
That guy was saying it at the mic. Yeah, Mike was over here.
And now it's time for the parade and ceremony segment of this year's NDP.
Right. So this is when they start doing the military
This
stuff,
year's
right?
military
They start
tattoo
doing
begins with
dancing,
the public warning
bands,
sirens,
and then the
marking
military
40
show
years
force, I
of
believe, all
total
happens
defense,
all in a row
and
from last
reminding
year.
us of Singapore's occupation and the need to be united as one. On stage,
Dude, I can hear it so much better now with my TV speakers. I can even make it louder. This sounds so. I'm so happy I don't have to use the neck phones anymore. I use those for years.
Lots of converging
now
now,
I'm free of the neck phones.
external threats,
So good.
and that the military alone is not enough to safeguard our homeland. This performance proudly celebrates 40 years of
Boy,
total
you see the guy's
defense
legs.
and
He's
the
wearing
6
white
pillars
pants. That was a
of
bad
total
choice. You can't
defense.
see him. Whoop. Perfect catch.
As you can see, 6 arrowheads emerge, representing the 6 pillars of total defense and military, civil, economic, social, digital, and psychological defense.
6 kinds of defense, huh? Cool. What about order defense? That's a pretty bad one, you know? Get some like spray at your arms. They don't have that in Singapore? Damn. We stink. I'm just kidding.
Next, performers march on linear paths, seemingly out of sync, but together.
Seemingly out of sync,
A
but
movement
together.
of circles
Well, don't
unravels.
don't
Truly,
insult
there's a
them
part
like
for
that.
everyone.
There's a part for everyone in this land that we belong. There's a part for one.
This is such an interesting country. Because look, there's people of like all these different ethnicities, right? Obviously, you have people that are from that region, but then you have people from like India and other countries around there, and they all went there to live. And it's wild to see that like melting pot of cultures that's there. It's quite neat, actually.
And here you see the tattoo forming a flower formation in the shape of Vanda Miss Joachim, our national flower.
Vander Miss Jokin is the national flower. I have no idea what that is. Look nice.
Next, the military
What's
tattoo
that?
forms
Crest?
the shield of
A
Singapore.
shield. Hopefully those are not loaded, just in case of a misfire. A lot of people there. Big stadium. So this is a real, like a real building they use for government, and then they set up the stadium outside for this celebration. That's what it looks like, right? It's a real government building. Yeah, dude, look how wet the floor is, man. There's no way to dry that out or anything. It's so wet. Someone's gonna slip, man. Yeah, give these people credit. You see how reflective the floor is? So it's gotta be so. Over the really sticky shoes, right? Good soles.
And getting into their final formation now, the 6 arrows unite to form the Total Defense logo, symbolizing individual efforts towards a common goal for Singapore. In celebration
there
of
they
our
go.
nation's
1, 2, 3,
59th
4, 5,
birthday,
6. Yeah, that's neat.
NDP 2024.
That's cool. Take a ton of practice to get this done.
A stunning celebration by our combined band.
The Parade Regimental Sergeant Major for National Day Parade 2024 is Master Warrant Officer Mohammed Ayub bin Said Abdul Qadir, Brigade Sergeant Major.
See what I mean? Like the,
2nd Singapore Infantry
you know, the
Brigade.
Muslim religion is there, but there's others as well, correct? It really is like this interesting mix of different cultures that live there. Very neat. You know, kind of reminds me of the United States, obviously. Wonder what language that is. Because they're speaking English for most of it, but this is not.
Dari kiri dan kanan. Cepat ja. Lari.
This year's parade and ceremony segment at the Padang marks the return of full-scale marching contingents. And marching onto the Padang now are the SAF contingents from our Singapore Army, Navy, and Singapore Air Force.
Bum, 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 bum.
And together with our home team contingents from the Singapore Police Force and the Singapore Civil Defence Force.
Hopefully the volume is good. It looks good in my feed, so hopefully the volume is a good balance.
Also with them is the contingent made up of committed men and women from the SAF Volunteer Corps and the Home Team Volunteers Network.
La 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 la.
And we now see the uniformed youth organizations formed by the students. Now, these contingents represent our youth's resolve to defend Singapore and their commitment to Singapore's progress. From the yellow sector, we see the National Cadet Corps Land, National Police Cadet Corps, St. John's Brigade, Girls Brigade, and Scouts Association.
No, actually, they look like parasols or something.
And from the blue sector, our National Cadet Corps Sea and Air, National Civil Defence Cadet Corps, Singapore Red Cross Society, Boys Brigade, and Girl Guides.
They all come.
Together, these civilian organizations and companies showcase how far Singapore has progressed both socially and economically over the years. And the 30 marching contingents represent Singapore's resolve to defend our country through our concept of total defense.
It's so nice to see
civil,
something like this.
Economic, social, digital, and psychological defense.
It's so nice to see
Together,
something like this.
the parade reflects the unwavering resilience and dedication demonstrated by the military
stop
and
blabbing?
civilian sectors of Singapore.
Because here in the United States, again, just like I said last year, just like I said last year, we're so divided. We don't have a united country right now in any way, shape, or form. A lot of people are at each other's throats in our country. And to see a country like this that's kind of really united, I'm sure there is some unrest and some disagreement in the country. There's always, I don't think you ever have a country that's perfect. But in our country right now, with our election coming up and everything, everyone is just hating each other and at each other's throats. And to see these people come together from all different walks of life and everything to come together for a national celebration is actually something quite nice right now. Something I wish that we could see our country do, but yeah, right. It ain't never going to happen like this.
Defend our nation and to move onward as one.
Stop blabbing. I'll give you a workout right there. Having to do the high stepping. It makes their uniforms, because the camouflage makes the bitrate go crazy, basically. That's why it looks blurry. Because there's so much detail on their uniforms because they're camouflaged. The bitrate of the video can't keep up. It looks blurry as hell.
Baris! Russo! Sanja! Ha! Baris! Ke kanan! Low! Bruce!
Bruce? Who's Bruce? He yelled at the guy named Bruce. Maybe he was just behaving out there. Bruce, I told you 1,000 times, shut up! There's that hotel.
Ladies and gentlemen, the parade commander will now take over command of the parade from the parade regimental sergeant major.
Put an arm swing.
Parade is formed up and ready, sir.
When do they get inspected? It's coming up, right? I think the Prime Minister comes and inspects them all. And talks with some of them. Hey, keep that sword. Be careful with that.
The parade and ceremony.
Hell yeah, we were black and white.
It's a time to stand united. It's a time for
we have double subtitles.
from all walks of life, regardless of race, language, or religion, to show the world what Singapore can be.
It's a time to show our strength.
It's a time to rally one another. It's a time to show our commitment.
It's a time we will not fuck around.
To make my friends and family proud. Let's go! It's the time.
It's the time. Oh shit! I forgot my line. Oh, you're recording? Oh.
Kawalan kehormatan. Masuk. Press. Press. Hormat panci.
What? The subtitle says first H punch. No, he did not say that. That's hilarious closed captioning when he gets it wrong. First H punch. No, he's not doing a gomu no punch. We're freaking One Piece here. Relax. Closed captioning. Come on, man. Nice clean uniform, okay?
And marching in now are the 36 regimental colors, the 4 state colors, and the 5 Guard of Honor contingents. Now, the colors were originally military flags that were a means of identification in battle. In the past, when colors were carried on active service, they stood as a rallying point and the scene of their last stand. Because of their importance, capturing an enemy's colors was considered a great honor, while losing one's colors was a severe humiliation. Hence, a group of soldiers, the Colors Party, was assigned to protect the colors whenever they were brought into battle. Today, the significance of colors is more symbolic in nature. They are the embodiment of an institution's history, honor, and tradition. The colors are awarded to units to recognize their achievements in the field of combat training, administrative efficiency, and service to the community. They bear the badges that commemorate the achievements of the regiment and also symbolize the pride, honor, and loyalty of the men in the unit. Colors are accorded the highest honors and compliments. Now, this year's gun salute will be executed by the soldiers from the 23rd Battalion Singapore Artillery at the Merlion Park. And what you see now are the M3G floating rafts operated by the soldiers from the 35th Battalion Singapore Combat Engineers. The Guard of Honor contingents are proudly formed by the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the newly inaugurated Digital and Intelligence Service, and the Singapore Police Force. The Digital and Intelligence Service was formed to defend Singapore against seen and unseen threats, and their role is to help to secure our nation's critical systems and safeguard our way of life.
Singaporeans don't mess around. They got to get on this AI problem. They gotta, really start intervening. AI is going too far, I feel. The Singaporeans are just the ones to put a stop to this nonsense, I think. Not even joking, because, in a country like the United States, they just let that shit go unchecked, right? In Singapore, they're probably like, nah. No. You don't get to just use AI for whatever. We're not gonna have it overrun all of our systems and everything. Nah, fuck that. So, I'm actually curious what their policy is towards AI, because here we're just letting AI do everything. Like, no lie, my camera has AI in it. I have it disabled, but my camera has AI. This light show behind me supposedly has AI. I don't really believe it does, but they claim it does. I wonder how they're using it. In Singapore, what's the utilization of it? And what's the limitations on it? They don't mess around. They're serious, Only a country the size of a major city, but look at the size of their military force.
Kawalan kehormatan. Hormat panci. Hormat. Ganja. Sah. Baris. Russo. Senja.
This caption is so stupid. It's so incorrect. Obviously not speaking English. Why would they even attempt it?
The parade commander for National Day Parade 2024 is Lieutenant Colonel Roger Cheong, commanding officer, Frogman School, and Underwater Demolition Group. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome our senior parliamentary secretaries, mayors, ministers of state, and senior ministers of state to the parade.
A whole bunch of politicians. showing up now. Our country.
And arriving into
so
the
this
Padang
happened
now
at
are
booze,
senior
people
parliamentary
throwing tomatoes at them and
mayors,
stuff.
ministers of state, and
It'd be
senior
crazy.
ministers of state. We see Gan Xiaohuang, our Minister of State for Education and Manpower, leading the way in there as well. We have many of our ministers. We see Lo Yinling over there. And of course, many of our ministers decked out in red and white, looking very festive and also ready to celebrate the big day with not just the 27,000 spectators at the Padang, but also all of us Singaporeans watching now, whether at home or overseas.
With the videos we've watched about Singapore previously, we learned that these politicians are advised and basically commended if they report corruption from their fellow lawmaker or people in the government, right? That's how you stomp out the corruption, is everyone identifies it and tells on the other person and keeps everyone honest. Here in the United States, literally all of our lawmakers are criminals, but they all get away with it because they're lawmakers, so they never get prosecuted because they make the laws. You see? It's ridiculous. They're actually trying to make laws to make any regulation on themselves more relaxed so they can get away with more and become even richer, even though they're already in the 1% richest of our entire country. So these people, true public servants, right? Like, that's the whole idea. They're serving the public. They're doing the right thing for the country. It's not about making out, getting rich, and being a freaking celebrity.
Former presidents, Dr. Tony Tan Keng Yam and Madam Halima Yaakob, along with Emeritus Senior Minister, Mr. Goh Chok Tong. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us at today's parade are our cabinet ministers, senior ministers, and deputy prime ministers.
And of course, our cabinet ministers and senior ministers are all coming into the Padang right now. Red and white theme still going very strong.
I'd probably wear the
here.
shirt with the
Love the
palm, like the
variety of outfits
shirt.
that we're seeing,
like that.
all in celebration of this big day. A joyous occasion. Everyone is in very high spirits, including the huge crowd of 27,000 people right here in the Padang.
This year, we are especially delighted to be joined by our senior minister, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. Let's put our hands together.
And the crowd giving a rousing welcome to Senior Minister Mr. Lee Hsien Loong. Senior Minister Lee served as Singapore's third Prime Minister.
Ah, okay. Who's their third Prime Minister? So I guess the celebrity.
People said that Singapore won't make it, but we did.
Oh, bags of stuff. Oh, it's the stuff that they swing and everything to celebrate, right?
In May 2024, Mr. Lee Hsien Loong stepped down after 20 years as Prime Minister. He led Singapore with wisdom and integrity and always kept the interests of Singaporeans at heart.
He was the Prime Minister last year when I watched it.
Singapore continued to shine brightly. Mr. Lee, thank you for all that you have done for Singapore and Singaporeans.
I, Lee Hsien Loong, having been appointed to the office of Prime Minister.
20 years, huh?
It's not just working out policies or managing the economy. It's really uniting all Singaporeans, making sure everybody knows that we're on the same venture together and making each generation of Singaporeans feel proud to be Singaporean. The well-being of Singaporeans depends not just on bread and butter issues, but on how we behave, how we relate to one another. Kita adalah satu bangsa, tidak kira kaum, bahasa, atau agama. Kita harus terus meluaskan ruang persamaan di antara kaum, serta mengukuhkan nilai-nilai dan identiti kesingapuraan kita. 我们有责任好好照顾他们，因为有了他们，我们才有今天的新加坡，国家才会有今天的成就。It's not policies, it's people. Our families are what make life meaningful for many of us. In fact, our children are the reason why we want Singapore to have a future. For them. We are building a fair and just society which respects every person, especially persons with disabilities. Each of us has something to contribute. We had one overriding aim: to protect lives and prevent as many avoidable deaths as possible. Our frontline staff, they are inspirations to all of us. We have confidence in each other and we don't leave anyone behind.
This
is what it means.
I wonder how Singapore did during COVID, because again, they don't mess around. Unlike in the United States, where every single one of our states did it completely differently and there was no real mandate on how to go about it, their country's united in these efforts. So they probably attacked it head first with a real steadfast stance, and everyone abided by it. So I wonder how they did. If they came up, better off than other countries when it comes to, number of infections, how many people, were actually able to recover. Hopefully they had a very low death count, right?
To be Singaporean. Long may this little red dot shine brightly in the world. My fellow Singaporeans, this is my 40th year in politics. It's been my great honor to have served you. Your unwavering support enabled us to get here with the country in good shape and heading in the right direction. And to all of you, I say a very big thank you.
See a politician who went in and went out and everyone seems to love him. Never happens here.
Thank you,
Never.
Thank you,
Assembly.
Thank you, Assembly.
Thank you, Assembly.
Henry Tiruli.
Thank you, Assembly.
Thank you, Mr. Lee.
It's seriously heartwarming to see it. Our politics are so different over here. Our politics are like cutthroat and everyone hates each other. To see people united is like a rare thing in the United States, so it's cool to see it somewhere. Sheesh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome the arrival of our Prime Minister, Mr. Lawrence Wong.
So this is their current Prime Minister who replaced Mr. Lee. Okay. And of course he has to come up in a nice schnazzy car. I wonder if they ever get something like attempted assassinations on lawmakers and stuff. I mean, you saw here in the United States just a month or two ago, someone tried to assassinate the presidential candidate and former President Donald Trump. So,
Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong arriving at the Padang now. PM Lawrence Wong is Singapore's 4th Prime Minister, and this is his first appearance at the National Day Parade in this capacity.
I think the current Prime Minister is the one who's going to inspect some of these troops, right? Some of these soldiers, if I remember correctly.
Since taking office, PM Wong has engaged Singaporeans widely in a broad range of issues to strengthen the social compact, to chart out the roadmap for Singapore's next stage of development, and to continue to build a society that is anchored on values, solidarity, and purpose.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
And keep your mouth shut.
Next, the music video by performers from various secondary schools and special education schools will present a medley of some of our favorite NDP songs. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all sing along.
Sorry, I can't sing along. I don't know any NDP songs. Then again, I probably don't know any songs from the last 20 years either, so... Gardens by the Bay and Media Court National Day concerts. Oh, premiere Saturday, so there's gonna be concerts there. What are they doing? Here it is, yes. So this is staged, right? You can tell. They had it's like, you know, because I'm sure they actually can do this too as a musical performance, but it's totally staged. They got the cameras down at their feet, taking the shot, and then they time that with the music and everything. This is more like it's sort of like a music video rather than them live performing. They definitely is not live performing here. I couldn't imagine Americans singing a song like this. I couldn't. It's just, you know, all of our patriotic songs are super old, written hundreds of years ago. And we just sing the words not even knowing what it means, right? Like, this is a new song. Singapore's a relatively new country, so this is all new stuff.
First, 30!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise to welcome the arrival of the President of the Republic of Singapore, Mr. Tharman Shanmugaratnam.
Whoa, that's a hell of a name. Wish I had that many names. Mr. Philip Shabugabarello. Bernello. What kind of car is that? I can't tell.
President Tharman Shanmugaratnam arrives for the grand occasion for the first time as Singapore's head of state at the National Day Parade. President Tharman is the 9th president of Singapore.
So they have a prime minister and a president. I wonder what the difference in duties is and, you know, responsibilities of the different level of politician, right?
First, former president. Former. Sanja!
Bum, ba-da-ba-ba-ba-bum. La la la. Again, this is the original native language, right? Although English is their primary language now. I guess everyone in Singapore is bilingual. Is that true? Everyone in Singapore can speak the two languages then? Here in the United States, people can barely speak English, so I don't know if you can even consider us single-lingual. Uno-lingual. I don't know. Most people just go brr, 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 brr.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the salute to the nation. Approaching the Padang are 5 F-16 Fighting Falcons, led by Commanding Officer,
They're under patrol.
140 Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Ko Su Kia, call sign Tiger. Here's his message for Singapore.
Hello, Singapore. It is our great honor flying the salute to the nation. Happy birthday, Singapore.
Now look up to the skies. And here they come!
Woo! It's gotta be very loud there. Punch right through the air. Feel them flying over you, the shockwave. really have to pee. I hope this hurries up.
Mr. President, the parade is formed up and ready for inspection. Sir.
Here he comes. He's the one who inspects. The president inspects, not the prime minister. Okay.
President Tharman Shanmugaratnam will now inspect the parade. As a mark of respect, the 25-pounder guns will fire in salute to the president.
25-pounders!
You're hearing the shots fired from the 4 25-pounder howitzers, and there'll be a total of 21 shots as part of the presidential gun salute. The president is escorted by Parade Commander Lieutenant Colonel Roger Cheong and Chief of Defense Force Vice Admiral Aaron Bing.
I actually have bass now in my audio. My TV has bass. My neckphones had zero bass, so I can hear like thump when the bullets are going out or the
this year's gun salute is executed by soldiers from the 23rd Battalion Singapore Artillery at the Merlion Park. The President will now conduct his customary inspection of the Guard of Honor contingents, beginning first with the 1st Commando Battalion, a unit with a very proud history. The President's stopping now to compliment a soldier. A proud moment for this young man, all the more poignant given this is the first year President Tharman will be inspecting the Guard of Honor parade as
I
president.
wonder if they already know they're going to get talked to ahead of time. I don't know. I wonder if they're like, yeah, you know, he's going to stop and talk to you, so, you know, be ready. Seems like it's kind of scripted.
The President approaching now at the
Could be
Navy
wrong, but it seems
Guard
that
of
way.
Honor contingent, made up of men from the Naval Diving Unit. They too have a proud heritage as one of Singapore's elite units. Naval divers are known for their physical and mental strength, and even though they're at home underwater, they can also take on missions in the air and on land.
Where can you get a good pizza around here? I'm kind of hungry and find something nice after this ends. I don't know, I'm lactose intolerant. I'm sorry, Mr. President. Please don't get angry at me.
The Republic of Singapore Air Force Guard of Honor contingent is comprised of men and women from the Air Power Generation Command. Its job is to ensure that the RSAF is able to deliver the air power required to complete its missions. It includes turning around aircraft, servicing and maintenance, and integrating operations across the 4 air bases.
Nice music.
Up next, President Tharman inspects the newly inaugurated Digital and Intelligence Services Joint Intel Command and C4 Command. The DIS plays a critical role in defending Singapore from threats in the digital domain, allowing SAF to operate better as a networked and integrated force to deal with new and evolving external threats, as well as to safeguard Singapore's peace and sovereignty.
That would be the team that's probably dealing with AI right now, right? Trying to deal with, if the whole world's going to AI, what are they going to do about it? Are they going to also integrate it? Are they not going to allow it in their culture? I'm very curious about that.
And finally, here's the Singapore Police Force Guard of Honor contingent from Training Command. All police officers must pass through the command to ensure that they have the requisite operational and soft skills, so Singapore remains safe and secure. Training Command trains and develops
this guy's not even looking at him, is he?
competencies of police officers and
This guy's
also
nervous
instills
as shit.
ethics and values.
Yeah, see? I can't even hear you. This guy's so nervous. Whoa, that guy was like pooping his pants talking to the president. Poor guy. You could tell, man. He was super nervous. Wonder how it works in Singapore with all these political roles. They're open elections, you would think, probably. But I wonder, like in the United States, I had to say it, to be voted president, you already have to be rich, well-known, have a giant career in politics, you have a ton of money for your campaign. I wonder if it's like totally different in Singapore and anyone can be like a politician. I wonder.
The ceremonial vehicle will now drive our president around the Padang. President Tharman Shanmugaratnam is the 9th president of Singapore. And prior to this, President Tharman served in politics for 22 years and played a pivotal role in building economic resilience and a more inclusive social compact. This is President Tharman's first year as president, and he took office in September 2023. The crowd giving a rousing reception for President Tharman. He is well received by Singaporeans for the way he identifies with the man in the street and also his personal understanding of heartland issues. Since taking office in September last year,
I don't think there's a single politician in the United States that would identify with a normal person in the street. They all live in this upper echelon of affluence and being rich and so separated from anyone down at regular level that they don't even understand real issues.
He has continued to develop economic resilience and a more inclusive social compact here at home.
Ooh, are we gonna get to see the military thing now? We get to see them do like the simulated military stuff? That was neat last year. That was fun.
Played a pivotal role in public service, in roles related to economic and social policies. Now, these are areas he continues to develop in his people-to-people engagements overseas as head of state, creating opportunities for multilateral and regional cooperation.
Let me tell you, this new setup I'm doing now for this React, this is so much more comfortable. I don't have the thing around my neck. I can easily pause and play whenever I want to talk with my keyboard here, right? Like, this is nice. This is a nice, relaxed atmosphere for reacting. This feels so much better. I'm so happy I had all these upgrades this year.
National and local presence. President Tharman is not just our head of state, but also a member of our community as well. Reaching out with ease and sincerity, whether he's discussing political affairs or posing with residents for selfies, he continues to deepen and advance Singapore's model of multiculturalism.
La la la.
A poignant and momentous occasion as the crowds and contingents are gathered here today to celebrate Singapore's 59th birthday together with our president.
Red flag, I'd wave it around, you know? It's a fun celebration. Yeah, what cars do they drive? I can't tell. I don't recognize any of these car models. I wonder if they're like, you know, something that wouldn't be available over here in the States, and that's why I don't recognize any of these cars. I think it's coming. I think the military show of force is coming, right? I think so. I think we're on deck for it. I remember they're going to escort him to where he's going to sit and watch the rest. Yep. Wow, look at that. Oh, color-coded. That's so cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, the guard of honor will now execute the feu de joie, or fire of joy, to celebrate our nation's birthday.
Fire of joy. Here we go.
Akan tembak feu de joie. Isikan peluru. Hormat. Tembak.
Boom. Are those blanks? They're firing blanks?
Lagi.
Would hope so.
Isikan Lucky! Forward! Left! Kawalan kehormatan! Datang! Senja! Ha! Kawalan kehormatan! Russo! Senja! Ha! Mr. President, may I have permission to march off the parade? Sir.
No. In an unprecedented move, I deny you the right. You must stand here for 10 more minutes. Absolutely not. Imagine that. Imagine if the president was like, it was sloppy. It's like you were all slovenly and sloppy and you did not do a good job. And therefore, I am angry, incredibly angry with all of you. Wow. Right? You're like, oh, wow.
Kawalan kehormatan tiang. Yang lain, Jula, Senja. Ha! Boys akan berjalan keluar dalam masa cepat. Kawalan kehormatan dahulu. Kawalan kehormatan ke kanan.
Preach!
Yang lain,
Preach!
ke kiri dan ke kanan. Bow! Take!
Excuse me.
The march past once again led by the Colours Party. In today's context, the Singapore Armed Forces colours are meant to instill pride and loyalty in soldiers. Each of the colours or flags carry the emblems of the state and individual regiments. The regimental colours are conferred upon units and formations that have attained operational capability or made commendable achievements.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
And we now see the Colours Party forming up for the traditional march past, together with the 5 Guard of Honour contingents. Colours are awarded for achievements in the fields of combat, training, administration, efficiency, and service to the community. As a mark of respect, the crowd is asked to rise as the Colours Party marches past them. A total of 34 marching contingents are featured in this evening's parade. Now, standing proudly behind the Colours Party are the 5 contingents from the SAF and Home Team, 10 contingents from the uniformed groups, 14 socio-economic organizations, and the combined band. Together, the contingents represent the country's commitment to the 6 pillars of total defense: military, civil, social, economic, digital, and psychological defense.
They sure like talking about their 6 waves of defense.
And leading the march past is the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Roger Cheong. The 4 state colors are in the forefront, followed by the parade regimental Sergeant Major, Master Warrant Officer Muhammad Ayub bin Said Abdul Qadir.
Turn this thing on. Batteries are nearly dead. I guess it doesn't matter.
And following behind are the 36 regimental colors with the colors Regimental Sergeant Major, Military Expert 3 Jason Tang.
So many colors. So nice. Almost as many colors as my new backlighting, I mean.
The Army Guard of Honor contingent is next, formed by men from the 1st Commando Battalion. It's led by Major Clement E.
Bum, ba, da, bum, bum, bum.
And we turn our attention now to the Navy Guard of Honor contingent, formed by men from the Naval Diving Unit. This contingent is led by Major Pang Jianlang.
They had some of them diving and stuff. They're showing off, right?
And we now see
I
the
know they're gonna do
Republic
the
of
show
Singapore
Force later.
Air Force contingent, comprising of men and women from the Air Power Generation Command. This third Guard of Honor contingent is led by Major Benjamin Ko.
God of Honor. It's Guard of Honor. Man, these closed captions. See what I mean? AI generated closed caption. Can't even tell the difference between guard and God. But we want to give AI control over everything. It's so smart, right?
Up
Yeah,
next is the
good job.
contingent from the Digital and Intelligence Service, comprising men and women from the Joint Intelligence Command and the SCF C4 Command. This contingent is led by Military Expert 5 S. Subhash.
They gave up. They didn't even try to get that guy's name right. 5S and didn't even bother with the rest. Gee, nice college try there, AI. Good job.
And finally, the 5th Guard of Honor contingent is the Singapore Police Force contingent, led by Deputy Superintendent of Police Muhsin bin Abdul Razak.
Excuse me. Interesting guns. They're very familiar, but I can't remember what they're called. You know, for playing Call of Duty and stuff, I think I've seen that model before. I can't remember. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Still got a little ways to go here, I believe. I think we're going to exactly 2 hours. We have about 20 minutes left, and then we go to the finale.
Now, total defense forms the pillars of our nation, and it involves every Singaporean in playing our part to build a strong and cohesive nation.
It's like a big song finale. Okay, like a big musical finale. Got it. Okay, cool. Ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-bum. Next is the show of force. I know they march these guys away, and then they do their big show of force. And I think that's going to be it for this portion, and then we're going to see the big musical finale.
This year we celebrate 40
cool.
years of total defense, and you can see here the parade forming the letters TD40.
So I wonder to what capacity, if Singapore were ever to have a real military engagement with another country, who actually activates and militarizes? Because obviously these kids in training, right?
And celebrating
so to what
40
levels
years
does
of total
each
defense
group
in
activate
Singapore.
and do stuff, I wonder. Those are the police, they said, right? Police force? Yep, must be.
And for the first time, we see members of our SAF home team and uniformed groups exiting the Padang through the stands.
They're gonna leave through the stands. Now, if they wanted to be badass, they do a live bust right now. They know that someone in the stands is breaking the law, and they live arrest them right in the middle of this thing. That'd be amazing.
And
do
as
that.
they pass the spectators, the crowd is
That's asking
cheering
too much.
and waving their flags, showing their gratitude for all the hard work in protecting Singapore and keeping us safe. A heartfelt show of appreciation and support for our SAF home team and uniformed groups.
What, SCF Security Civilian Force or something like that? I don't know. I don't know what it stands for.
And our social and economic groups are up next.
Yeah, so these are the social economic groups, which are like, you wouldn't expect them to
Leading the way, we
march,
have
but they all
contingents
march
formed by
anyway, which is pretty
PAP
cool.
PCF led by Xie Yaochuan. And National Trades Union Congress, led by Sazali bin Zainal.
And here comes Google. Google's marching.
Next are the contingents formed by Keppel Limited, led by Ong Meng Tong. And Semcorp Industries Limited, led by Charlotte Lip.
And all their major companies, right? In Singapore, Singaporean companies.
The third block of
course,
contingents
we've never
are
heard
formed
of
by
them in the States.
Olsen International Private Limited, led by Telvin Tay. And Singtel, led by Bhupinder Singh.
Nice
Up
outfits.
Next, we have the contingents formed by DBS Bank Limited, led by
Bank is
Justin
marching.
Wong.
That's so crazy. The bank is marching.
And PSA International, led by Muhammad Irfan.
I just couldn't imagine like Bank of America marching in a thing here for us. It was
And
just
following
schlubs
behind
falling
are
over
the
each other.
contingents formed by Grab Holdings Incorporated, led by Jerome Tong. And One Team Singapore, led by Razila binti Abdullah. Next up, the contingents formed by SATS Limited, led by Siti Naraza. And Citrium Limited, led by Xiao Lin Ho.
Boom, 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 boom.
And ending off the contingents formed by our social and economic groups are EU Holidays, led by Ang Wee Tan. And Good Hood the Digital Kampong, led by Andy Yap.
Andy Yap.
The marching music for the parade and ceremony is provided by the Combined Band. Now, the band comprises members from the SAF Central Band and the National Cadet Corps Command Band.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's led by Director of Music, Military Expert 5, Ignatius Wang. And the band drum major, Military Expert 2, Muhammad Fahan bin Jamaluddin. The military tattoo is another highlight of the parade. Recognized as one of the most prolific military bands in the world today, the SAF Central Band is made up of full-time professional military musicians and can often be seen performing at major state and presidential events.
Thank goodness they're not on the
Singapore
slippery area where it was
NCC
before,
Command Band
right?
comprises cadets from Swiss Cottage Secondary School. Above and beyond the standard NCC training, these cadets serve to deliver high-quality musical support for the National Cadet Corps. And that rounds off the parade and ceremony segment of NDP 2024.
There you go. Now the show of force will be coming up, right?
Now, this
My
next
prediction.
segment of this year's National Day Parade is the Dynamic Defense Display. And this will be the
Yes.
first time that the Dynamic Defense Display is being performed at the Padang. It celebrates 40 years of total defense and showcases how everyday Singaporeans can come together.
Sir, multiple unknowns detected approaching our airspace fast.
Check with CAS for more information.
What the hell are
CAS has
those?
no further information on the unknowns.
Scramble the fighters and activate the spiders.
Scramble Osprey flight. Activate the spiders now.
Look towards the blue and red sectors as the scrambled F-16s respond to the unknown threats.
There they go. Take them out. Right. Look, where's the camera work? Show them. Like, the jet's stupid. What are you doing? We're here for it. I don't want to just hear them. I want to see them. You can't see shit here. Look. You see nothing.
The spider units are now in position to neutralize the unknown threats.
There's the spiders.
The unknown threats have been swiftly neutralized.
It was simulated. They don't actually want to launch those.
Sir, unknown vessel spotted approaching Marina Bay, closing in fast.
Roger. Activate Police Coast Guard.
Roger, sir.
Oh my God, it's
Watch as the
Omni-Man.
Police Coast Guard activates their 3 series
everything, quickly.
PC-class patrol craft to intercept the intruders.
There they are. Get them. Get those intruders.
Levels okay?
Go.
The Naval Diving Unit has been activated to investigate an
There we go.
explosive
Same with the
device
Navy dive. Here they
discovered
go.
by the intruders. Watch as they deploy for IED disposal.
That was great.
The NDU boarding team with the combat craft has been activated to board a hostile commercial vessel. Look towards the sky as the AH-64D Apache attack helicopters are being deployed to provide air support.
Apache. Is that an American helicopter? Watch as the Apache helicopter fucks some shit up.
Turn your attention to the stage as our NDU boarding team...
Dude, they totally should do like a 1980s villain death animation. Like they pretend to shoot them and the villain goes, oh, it falls over. Just completely overacting. That'd be amazing. No, they did not do that. It was very plain. A very plain takedown. I like how he ran at him with a fake machete.
The NDU boarding team have successfully completed the interdiction of the hostile threats. Mission accomplished.
Sir,
and now they teabag, because that's what you do after that, right?
Okay, inform HQ and continue monitoring.
That's what I learned in Call of Duty.
Detected.
This is a mobilization notice for the following call signs. Art House, Deer Hunt, Common Story, Bamboo Grove.
The tactical unmanned aerial vehicle has eyes on the potential threat. The high-fidelity artillery rocket systems are ready to engage the threat with their highly precise strike capabilities. Now watch as our HIMARS simulate the execution of a long-range precision strike.
Simulate? Why simulate? Fire those goddamn missiles. I want to see it. No simulate. Take someone out.
Target destroyed. Capable of firing 6 rockets within 45
seconds. Oh, it would not have destroyed that fast.
Targets up to 70 kilometers away. The HIMARS is swift, precise, and deadly. With its battlefield management system, the HIMARS is also able to send information to the command post and other vehicles.
What are they trying to blend in with? You're driving a giant vehicle.
SAF's integrated send strike capabilities.
You're not in the jungle hiding. You're in a giant vehicle. Why do you need that face paint? Obviously, that's just for show, right? Instead of an effective
Next, entering the
do they have jungles in Singapore? I wonder if they do.
Vehicles and Terex infantry carrier vehicles. The Peacekeeper features bulletproof windows and protection for its fuel tank, allowing it to withstand small arms fire and fragmentation. The Terex is equipped with a modular protection system for all-round protection against conventional threats. Watch as our soldiers dismount and advance up the seating galleries.
They be shooting from the inside, controlling that turret.
Equipped with the SAR-21 assault rifle and the new light machine gun, the soldiers stack up.
It's a new light machine gun. Ooh, is that DLC? How many Call of Duty bucks do I need to get there? People in the stands are like, what the hell? Why are they coming up and pointing at us? Wait a minute. I was kidding about the live arrest earlier, for the record. Like, what is going on right now? Who's about to get busted? Guys are fascinated. He's filming with his phone. Can't wait to see this later. I don't know, like this is being televised nationally and then broadcast on YouTube and everything after the fact. Like, how different would your personal footage be, honestly, right? I don't know if I were, like, every time I was here, I probably like it, but I wouldn't record it. For my own personal use, it's not gonna be much different than if, you know, we're watching somewhere else.
Our main battle tank, the Leopard 2 SG, and the Hunter armored fighting vehicles are in position. Watch as they demonstrate their firepower to achieve a swift and decisive victory.
Simulated, of course. They're not really going to fire, right? Yep, simulated. Why don't they actually fire? I'm going to do it somewhere safe and have them fire for real.
Our light strike vehicles Mark II have entered the paddock. Watch as these highly mobile vehicles complete their maneuver.
I feel like they're equivalent of a Jeep. It's exactly what it is. It's a Jeep. I don't think it's not real. It's not Jeep brand, but it's the same style of vehicle.
Always ready. Ready to strike.
Blanks, shooting blanks. I don't know, man. With all this like show of force and how serious they are in Singapore, I just don't get how people get into crime and drugs and shit. Like we've seen the documentaries about the people in like the maximum security prison. It's like, why would you want to do all that shit and get fucked with these people? I wouldn't want to be anywhere near being in any kind of trouble in Singapore.
Relax,
you know?
Relax. Police is in front. Just stick to the plan. Trust me. Relax.
In response to a suspicious vehicle threat, the new generation fast response car from the Singapore Police Force is swiftly forming a barricade. Watch as our SPF ground response force swiftly engages the threat and stabilizes the situation.
This would be the worst situation possible for anyone. You're sandwiched between two groups of law enforcement. Yeah, what do you think we're doing there? That was never gonna work. Yes, the bus. The bus demonstration.
Hello? The bus is speeding and the driver's not stopping. Please help.
The police receive reports from civilians on a moving vehicle in what appears to be a bus hijack. The fast response car
I would notice him taking out the bus driver.
Allowing the Special Operations Task Force to breach the hijacked bus.
Why would the bus have stopped? The bus would have kept moving. What are you talking about? We would have to find a way to stop the bus first. There's no way it would have just stopped for no reason. They love doing this shit. Blowing the windows out. Where'd everyone go? This bus is empty. It's a decoy, sir. We've been duped. The guy's supposed to be dead. Damn. He murdered him. Murdered the driver.
The Special Operations Task Force have successfully entered the bus to further assess the situation.
Is there anything wrong, ma'am?
There's something over there. Should I call the police?
Okay, yeah, you call the police.
Hello, there's something suspicious here at National Gallery.
Why would you call the police?
It is beeping and there is a red light.
Are you crazy?
Nearby, a suspicious
Dude,
bag
if there
has
was a
been reported
beeping
by
thing
the
like that,
public
you run
through the
from it.
SG
You take a
Secure
picture
app.
first. Get the fuck out of there.
The explosive ordnance disposal team is swiftly taking up position near the blue sector. While the robot operator
Again, I wonder if they
deploys
ever,
their
I mean, it's a
remotely
relatively young
operated
country.
vehicle to
Did they ever have
neutralize the
any crazy
improvised
terrorists do
explosive
shit like that?
device
Just
from a
bombs
safe
around that the
distance.
cops have to run around and disarm? I wonder if they ever had situations like that. Now, come on. We just saw in the Street Fighter cartoon yesterday on my React channel, Guile disarms the bomb by just stepping back and saying, Sonic Boom! Blows
The
it to
team
shit.
has given
Why can't they
the
do that?
all-clear sign. The IED has been defused.
Why can't this guy just show a giant sumo butt slam on the bomb and blow it
What's
up?
the situation?
Look over here.
Threats identified.
Activities detected here.
Oh no, illicit activities have been detected. What's going on here? What the heck? What happened? Oh no, I guess they're simulating like a bomb exploded or
Authorities
something.
are responding to the cyber threats, but a massive power cut due to a system breach has resulted in a worksite accident, trapping people under debris and rubble. Watch as the fire bike and electric pump ladder
Davey and rubble
arrive
from
on
debris
scene.
and rubble. They said
Following behind
Davey
is
and
the
rubble
dark
in this
rescue
subtitle.
vehicle,
Yo,
Red
those captions
Rhino,
hilariously
and
wrong.
ambulance to conduct
Davey
complex
and
rescue
rubble.
operations.
15 minutes left in the
Securing
react.
The duty officer has conducted an
5 minutes
appreciation
left
of
here, and then
situation.
probably 10 minutes for
Equipped
the
with
final
newest rescue suits,
the song.
The specialized DART team is gaining access to the trapped casualty using
About right,
the heavy-duty hydraulic spreader and the power saw. The duty officer has been alerted to fuse near the far end of the debris. The SCDF have deployed their latest robot, the Unmanned Firefighting Machine 3.0, to counteract the fuse. The robot is remotely operated to deploy water curtains, which can quickly disperse and dilute the vapor for responders to enter safely.
Huh. Can I see this thing in action? What's it gonna do? Water? What's a water curtain? Can we see it? Come on, use it. I want to see what we use.
The power outage earlier has
Whoa.
also resulted in water disruptions in some areas.
A giant just blast of water. Okay.
Water wagons from the PUB, Singapore's National Water Agency, are coming in now to swiftly provide water to affected sectors.
They have water wagons? Really? Wow. God, you're here. We're so thirsty. Thank you. Oh.
In response to the unfolding events, members of the public are stepping forward to do their part.
All we had left was bottled Dasani water. We all know that tastes like shit. No one would drink it.
Over
Thank
at the
you for this
Padang,
freshness.
volunteers from the Singapore Red Cross Society are assisting people in distress by providing psychological first aid.
They're trying to show the populace here is no matter what happens in our country, we're going to have your back. The government has all these things in place
Closer
to
to the
save
blue
your
sector,
butt no matter what's
fellow
going on.
Singaporeans step forward to provide CPR to a casualty.
Wait, to a casualty?
Even as
Casualty
we meet
means
with
they're dead,
crisis
doesn't it?
or disruption, a strong and resilient nation will continue to give strength to our economy.
Maybe I'm wrong. I thought the casualty meant that they died, but I guess not. They're still
With the
trying to
6
save them.
unified pillars of military, civil, economic, social, digital, and psychological defense,
I didn't really see the digital
Singaporeans will
part,
continue to
right?
strengthen ourselves
They
and
said
our
they were
community.
dealing to a cyber threat and
There's
then
a
something
part
blew up, so
for
I don't know how that was a
everyone
cyber
in
threat.
total defense. Together, we keep Singapore strong. Happy National Day!
It's cool. Now it's getting dark and it looks so nice. Nice. All right, so we're still going to 2 hours. Is it 2 hours? Is it until the 2 hour mark? What's well, I mean, we can skip now, right? That's it. Yeah. Okay.
The 9th of
So we're gonna go now to 2 hours 38 minutes, and that's gonna be the finale song, I guess. This is the most replayed part of the entire thing. Wow. Okay.
The public.
I am a soldier and
wait.
a doctor.
That didn't. I wanted 238. It gave me 236. I'm on 238. What the? Here we are. Perfect. Here we
And
go.
now Benjamin King
The big
with this
finale.
year's NTV theme song, Not Alone.
Oh, this is the song that we just saw on my React show yesterday. This was the submission by Slayer. Now he's performing that song at the NDP. Got it. So again, I wonder, is he really like a pop star in Singapore?
I know if we just stick to each other, then this house will feel like home. And the moment together, the further we'll go. You and I, we're not alone, not alone. Let's go!
What a message. Because again, here in the United States, we are so divided, right? We feel like either you got to be one political side or the other political side, and we're at odds and we hate each other. And their national message is complete togetherness. You're not alone. Everyone's with you. No matter what, the government has your back. They're going to protect you in every situation. Complete opposite messaging of what we have here in the United States. singing it. They all know it. Alright, I'm sure turning these closed caption off. It's so off from the lyrics. The lyrics are right there, and the closed caption is completely off. This is the equivalent of a halftime show at the Super Bowl. This is the equivalent of like the opening and closing ceremonies at the Olympics we just saw.
I'll think of the people I hold in my heart, the family I found, and the faces I know. I know. If we just
yeah. Yeah. Look at that. That's awesome. This guy's like the figurehead of the country right now, you know, for pop culture and stuff. So man, they selected him. He must be like rich and famous over there. It's like fruits? They're fruits and vegetables. What the heck? It sounds like a song Disney would have made like 10, 15 years ago before all their stuff like that crap. That's exactly what this sounds like a Disney song from a movie. What are they supposed to be? I can't tell. What exactly are they supposed to be? They're like very generic plants. It could be corn, it could be pineapples, I have no idea. The whole song changed. What the heck? So now he's the backup for her for this song.
We can be a people who are more inclusive, gracious, and big-hearted. We can be a society where every Singaporean matters, and a Singapore that matters to every Singaporean.
Prime Minister.
Please rise for the National Pledge. Leading the pledge are the ambassadors from the Agency for Integrated Care Silver Generation Office.
This is like their Pledge of Allegiance that we have in the United States. They're very...
regardless of race, language, or religion, to build a democratic society based on justice and equality, so as to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation.
Nice sentiment, that's for sure. Oh, another singer. Was this the national anthem now? Yes, this is it. The translation right here, I'm reading through it. Singapore success. Come, let us unite in a new spirit. Let our voices soar as one. Onward, Singapore. That's it. Their national anthem is Onward, Singapore. It's their national anthem. And they just repeat it one more time. Training. Pretty simple national anthem. Very straightforward, but again, a good notion. Cool. Good performance. All around, everyone was good. Another song. Gee, this is a big musical medley. Those people who were the hosts earlier are now performing with that group. They were, I guess they're all like musicians or something, you know, pop musicians or something. Another, what a medley. You're going from like song to song to song. This guy again. I feel like that it's a fake hand you clap with. Just use your real hands. But you need the fake hand for it. Another one. They're going for like 10 straight songs here. Another two, so they must be like a duet group or something. Or one's much younger and one's older, so I wonder if they're just like two musicians singing together just for the song. This is like number 7 or 8 at this point. Got it. a lot of propaganda. But it's nice. It's nice to see people united. It really is. Because we, again, like I said, we just don't have it here in the United States. Sure, we have 4th of July parades and stuff, but they're all commercial. You know, you don't have unity of the people here in any way. What a production. Seriously.
Happy birthday, Singapore!
Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, our president will now take his leave.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the end. Awesome. All right, well, that was fun. And let me tell you, with my new React setup, it was actually way easier than last year. I could hear everything that was going on. The video was smooth. I didn't accidentally back out. I could read the subtitles. It was a good quality video. Slayer, I hope you liked it. Anyone else who watches this, I hope you liked it. I hope the volume was good because it was hard for me to tell, but it looked like it was even with me talking, so hopefully it wasn't like I was too loud or it was too loud. That's fun. That's definitely fun to react to for variety with all the other stuff that I've reacted to. So, again, Slayer, thank you. Everyone else who watches, thank you. Hope you enjoyed my big react to the NDP of 2024. Until next time.